All right, we are back. We are here. We are Secure Biometrics. This is Rhonda Howse and Brandon Edwards. We are back again. I know it's been a minute since we put out a video, but we've been over here in the lab. We've been getting down. We got stuff for y'all coming out here effective today when this video drops. So we want to know that we've seen all your messages and your emails and everything, and we ain't forgot about anybody, and we're coming with it. We're coming with it. So today in this video, what we're going to talk about is the startup costs, because we've gotten a lot of questions from our viewers and everybody, people who want to get into the fingerprint business want to know about the startup costs, what all is involved, what should you have when you're starting your fingerprinting business, you know, just general stuff like that, and what supplies you'll need so that you can get your budget together as far as, you know, what you're going to need for your startup costs. So Brandon, you want to start it off, talk about the live scan, or, you know, what you want to do?
Sure. Yes, ma'am. I'll I'll start off on that, and then I'll roll it back to you and let you finish up on the other general supplies and stuff.
Okay.
With the live scan system, it's something that's built, specifically for your state where you're located at. So everyone's system could be possibly different, but with that being said, some of the costs associated with the live scan system is you got the actual software itself, the hardware of the laptop, the hardware of the live scan system, the signature pad, which is hardware, right? And then whatever modules you have within that software. So, that can start at about $5,000, range up to 10, depending on, how much or how many modules you have on your system and what you're trying to do, right? So that's kind of a price of the live scan system itself, but then you have the printer to go with it, right? Like if you want to be using a live scan system and maybe print out cards when you get multiple people out for archiving, some of the other upsells that you can do with the live scan system, then you have a few additional costs. So like I say, the printer, your fingerprint cards, possibly envelopes, to put the cards in for your customers and stuff like that. Then you'll have, your security for the laptop, right? Like as far as like a Norton or, some type of antivirus, things like that, there would be some additional costs to make sure you're protected for your live scan system. And then, potentially a stand or something like that to have in your office, just other stuff like that. But the live scan system itself, that's kind of what it ranges from. And a couple of things that you'll need to have, just to operate with it. And then, internet, right? But that kind of goes to some basic business stuff that Auntie definitely does a great job talking about in that particular course. But that's kind of all you really need, and kind of the price for the live scan system. And I'll let Auntie pick it up from there.
Right. Let me say this. This is not, I've said this before in other videos. When you get into biometrics and you're doing fingerprinting and you're dealing with you're dealing with the FBI, you're transmitting back and forth to the FBI to your state, to different states, stuff like that. This is not a side hustle. Mm-hmm. This is a full legit business. I know I've seen stuff out there on the internet, that you can start your fingerprint business, for $200 with a card holder and some cards and some ink. That I guess if you want to call it that, yeah, I guess you could. I'm not trying to downplay anybody, but let me say this, some businesses are not your shoestring type businesses that you can start with $100, $200. If you really want to be professional in biometrics and fingerprinting, and you really want to make the money, you need a live scan system. You need a live scan system, and you need to get all the modules on that system that you can make money with, card printing is one way we make a lot of money. ATF, we talked about that in previous videos. We make a lot of money with ATFs. We make a lot of money transmitting to Florida. We make a lot of money a lot of different ways, but none of it was cheap getting started. Let y'all know that there, You know, are you looking at, because I was pricing, as I'm expanding to 2 more locations, you know, I had Brandon give me price lists, you know, for 2 more systems. And I'm looking right around, you know, somewhere between 6,500 and 7,500 to get it to, you know, where I need for it to be, so that we can offer those services off the rip. I'm not trying, this is just me personally. When I open my own offices, in my first 3 offices here, and with these other 2 that I have coming online, I don't want, I didn't piecemeal it. I want to be able to make the money from the day one. You know what I'm saying? So I spent the money on getting the system. Again, you can try with the ink, with the 2, you know, you get you some ink and all that good stuff, but that doesn't separate you from anybody else. You know, we're working on building a network of professional companies, you know, fingerprinting companies all over, you know, the nation and everything. And, you know, in my opinion, you got to have a live scan system, you know. As Brandon talked about, you know, and we sell live scan systems. We have a link down below where you can sign up. You can send us your information, and well, Brandon, I'm just gonna say this, Brandon does it. Because you're gonna call me and be like, girl, what? No, you need to talk to Brandon. But yes, Brandon will put together a system specific for you and specific for the state where you're going to be doing business. Because some people may not need certain things, you know. And that's a good thing about having a vendor that you can actually speak with, like us, because we know what you're going to need wherever you're going to be, whatever state you're going to be in, because Brandon knows all that. But again, in my opinion, you need a live scan system. You know, I remember when I was first getting started, I use other people's money. You know, go get you a credit card with 0% for 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, whatever it is. And you get to rolling, but you need a live scan system. Just be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
When Brandon was talking about the other things that you need as far as supplies, yeah, you know, with that live scan system, your laptop may be included in there, or you may have to get a laptop with some specific parameters on it to be able to work with the scanner, you know, and Brandon can speak to that. And then you may have to get a certain printer that goes with your system. You know, those are just things that you're gonna have to, to me, you need the live scan, you need the laptop, you need the printer, just to even get started before we even talk about anything else.
Yeah, and I'll touch on the printer real quick. You know, all this is like Auntie said, you know, it's a real business. So, you know, when you submit to the FBI and doing things like that, you have to have FBI certified equipment, and your printer has to meet that standard too. So, the printers for FBI certified printers, they're not cheap. It's just going to be honest with you, but we're not in a cheap business. We're in a business of making real money. And, you know, generally they range from 500 to about $1,300–1,400 per printer, right? But it's going to make you so much more money over the lifetime of having it that it's a no-brainer once you get it. It's like I said, it's just an initial startup cost. That's just a part of doing business, right? You got to have startup costs for doing business. And that's just one of them. So you can definitely get going, you know, at a good price point. Because when you compare this business to other businesses and the cost it takes to get started up, you know, this is really low. Like I talk to people all the time, they're like, man, that's it? Like I have a good buddy of mine, they brought it to a franchise, right? They brought it to a franchise. You know what I'm saying? 350,000. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, I should have known about fingerprint, right? Like, you know, it's like that. Like, man, I could have just dropped that on fingerprint and been rocking and rolling. You know, so this is it's depending on where you're at, right? But at the same time, it's not an expensive way. It's not expensive to get started. It's not something where it'd be like, oh, it's too far out there for me to get started. And, you know, like Auntie said, you know, live scan is where you want to be because it puts you in different places that ink doesn't put you. But if you are not in a position to get the system, that's still okay too, like she said. And you can start out with just doing ink and build your way up, right? Like you start off here at the ink, you know, start working, learning your way, getting your feet wet, and doing what you gotta do, and then get the live scan system. And at the same time, you're actually doing research and development pretty much for your company. You know what I'm saying? While you're building your way up to get to the live scan system, and then going from there. So that's what I wanted to kind of touch on. Sorry, I went a little bit long. I think I was supposed to just talk about the printer.
No,
My bad. I think I do that. I do that from time to time.
no, you're good. You're good. You know, like
Yeah.
in a previous video where I'll talk about, like, especially my ATF people that'll buy, 20, 30 cars at a time. I just hit print.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hit print because I have a system. I have the live scan system. I've archived their prints. Plus, I have a printer and I can just keep on printing. When you
Mhm.
have ink, it's a one-time shot. You would have to go back to that customer to ink them, for those additional
Right.
cards. So
Right.
just think about it. I know a lot of people want to start off the least expensive way that they can. I dig that. But to me, you leave too much money on the table when you invest in it off the rip, and to me, and I know this was my situation. Shoot, that bad boy sat in that corner, and then I got that first credit card bill. I was like, oh Lord, I got to break this out. I got to go do something with this. You know what I'm saying? It'll make you work. Just having to
Yeah.
make a payment will make you work.
Yeah.
Whereas, sometimes you can get lazy and, be like, okay, well, I'm not going to do nothing today or what. No, 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 no. When you got that payment and everything, you get out and you definitely work. You definitely work. Now,
Absolutely.
the other products I would say that you got to have when you get started, you need some fingerprint cards. You need to, you need some FD258 cards. The other ones, you can wait on them, and I only keep a little supply of some other cards, just because, but
Right.
you just need some 258 cards. And you do need to have some manual ink, the manual ink, because there will be occasions, even with your live scan system, that you will have to manually ink people. So you will need that. And, I'm just going to say that, learn it off the rip. Learn it off the rip. You'll see on our website, Brandon did a beautiful, wonderful, wonderful course, Mastering Ink Fingerprinting. And I'm telling you, my print sucked until I did the course myself, and I was like, no one. And you know what? And now I'm gonna be quite honest with y'all. I don't hate ink as much as I did. See, I didn't like doing ink. I hated it because I thought my stuff sucked, which it did. But now, oh, I do. I'm halfway decent. I'm halfway decent
Yeah.
on some ink. So yeah.
You walking out proud and confident with it.
I just pull out some
Yeah.
ink now in a minute, where I was avoiding it before, just to be
Yeah.
honest with you. But yeah, once you need some supplies, some cards, some ink, some gloves, because you don't want to be touching these people's hands. You want some gloves, you need card holders. It's all kind of stuff that you will need on the supply tip. We'll link our supply list that we give our students. We'll link that in the description. But you'll need some other supplies. If you get a live scan system, but you're going to be strictly mobile, like you don't have an office space, you need to remember to get you a case, and some type of cart that you can move your stuff around in. For me, I treat my scanner like it's a newborn baby, because Lord, don't let nothing happen to that scanner.
Right.
Don't let nothing happen to that live scan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you definitely
Absolutely.
need to get you like I have a Durabox, and Durabox is actually what a lot of photographers use, because you can, it comes with the pre-separated foam, so you
Oh,
can
nice,
fit
nice. Yeah.
exactly for your scanner and everything, and so it keeps it secure, and it's a hard case. So something, if some
Yeah.
falls on it, it's not going to break your scanner or something like that. So those are some things I know that you would definitely, get you a box to carry your scanner in, and get you a cart, some type of rolling cart, especially my females. Listen, y'all, you need a rolling cart, because if you, I'm gonna speak it into existence, because when you get your live scan system, even if you start off mobile, you got to take your scanner, your laptop, your printer, you carrying all of it, get your rolling cart. There's one on the supply list.
No, that's awesome. One other last thing that you could that you'll need to for the live scan is a hotspot. If it's your cell phone or even just a regular little portable hotspot, you're gonna have to need that, for when you are out in the field. In the office, you're good, right? You should have Wi-Fi or hardline internet, but out in the field, mobile hotspot.
Exactly. Um, I'm trying to think of what else. Other than that, I mean, most everything else you can get at your local Walmart or online at Amazon. But the main thing is, like I said, you need to start off with a scanner. Show people that you are serious. Now you can hustle. You can hustle without an office space, but just know that you're gonna be going to these people, and include that in your pricing. And we're gonna do another video here soon where we're gonna talk about how do you make the money. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to charge for your mileage, but you can still be successful without an office space. You definitely can.
Yeah.
Now,
Absolutely.
as I said before, our new website is up. We're so excited. That's securebiometrics.co, not com, .co, securebiometrics.co. Our courses are available. And while we're on the courses, let me speak on that right quick. You know what? You can buy all the equipment you want to. You can buy all the supplies you want to, but if you ain't got no training, you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost. It's, you need to know how to roll prints. Brandon did the courses for rolling prints, whether it's ink or live scan. They're two separate courses. So even if you don't have a live scan system, but you still want to get started and you need to know how to do it, we have a course on ink fingerprinting. And Brandon can talk about, the courses that he did.
Yeah. So, I want to say this too. Auntie did a amazing job on the website. That's a code. I just seen. I was like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? She put her ankles in it. So, the website is very, very nice. So thank you, Auntie, for doing that. And thank you for the big ups too for the courses. I'm pretty humble. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate that. Because you never know what you putting stuff together, but you never really know if it's really good or not, or but to hear from you, what I'm saying, it means a lot. So I appreciate that.
Yes, awesome. You did an awesome job.
Thank you. So the ink course, it's called Mastering Ink Fingerprinting. And what I want to do is make this course so just off the chain good that it's got over 20 something modules in there just on ink fingerprint alone. It ain't talking about nothing. Ink fingerprint ain't talking about no basic business. That's what Auntie's got you covered with. That it's not talking about marketing. Auntie got you covered with that. This is straight, just fire ink fingerprinting information. You know what I'm saying? And I'm constantly adding more and more. Like it's not going to be an ended course. It's going to be forever added stuff to it because things are changing, right? Like the techniques and stuff that's the same, but just different things that go along with the ink fingerprinting with self and then dealing with customers in different circumstances and things like that. So anytime I have something that's going to be added in there too. So, it's something that, is going to definitely show you, like say, teaching you how to roll the prints, how to handle rejections, how to get good prints on people that have like hard fingers, that's rolling and stuff like that. It talks about the demographic sheets and how to prepare for your appointments and different tips and tricks I've picked up over time as well within that particular course. Then we got the live scan. The live scan course is where I do some real deep diving into it because it's a little bit tricky at times, especially depending on what state you're in, what services you can and can't offer, and how to offer those services. So we kind of do a deep dive on like ATF fingerprinting, FINRA fingerprinting, departmental orders, or FBI background checks, so to speak. You know, we kind of go into FDLE or Florida fingerprinting. We talk about, you know, which states are open, closed, and hybrid. So, because that's getting thrown out all the time. Nobody really knows what it means. Well, we letting you know what it means. You know, we let you know, if you really need a certification or not to really get started in the business, as well as in depth, even more in depth uh, documents explaining each of these services. So you can actually pull up the PDF and look at exactly what this is that's been discussed in the videos, right? So it's going in detail, like you actually going to school for real. Like we going to school for real with these courses, especially this one here. This one has, I think I'm about 29 lessons in this one right now, where we had about 29. So, and it's going to keep growing as well. And so, like I say, we want to continue to give you, the information that's really out there that we experience on a daily basis, so that you can be prepared for what you're going to experience on a daily basis. It's no fluff. It's all real, just straight information. And the live scan course is all live scan. Like I say, they ain't talking about nothing else but live scan. Exactly. And, when you put them all together, it's going to make your business complete. What I'll say too is that, I feel pretty confident about this with, the information that's being presented, that, it'll definitely take you farther with your business. So with that being said, I'll point it back to Auntie, and she can tell you how she gets you set up with the structure and foundation, right? Because every business needs a structure and foundation. So she's gonna tell you how she lace you up with that on the basic business building course, and then making money by the proper
marketing that makes money. Marketing that makes money. Amen. Yes. Man, y'all know I'm all about them dollar bills. But I want to tell y'all, you getting a real college level education, because you got to see these courses that Brandon did. It's mind blowing. And every day, I put something else in there. I put something else in there. Man, it's going to blow your mind. And, you're going to have lifetime access to it. So you can come back to it. And like he said, we're going to be updating them and still adding stuff. But if you want to learn, and let me say this, we're not like other people. We've been associated with other programs before, but we're not like other people. Our training is affordable. It is affordable. Yeah. We're not trying to sell you a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 ink course and telling you, no, that's not us. Initially, they're priced really, really low. Our courses are priced really, really low, and that's going to be just for a limited time. That's just going to be for a limited time, because really, we just want some feedback. We want some feedback. We want you to tell us, what you think of the courses. The first course that I did is the basic business building course. I take you step by step from what you should do from the first day that you decide you're going to have a fingerprinting business. What is the first thing you do? What's the second thing? There's over 20 modules in there too. There's a module on mindset. There's because you got to get your mind right. I keep telling y'all, people going to think y'all crazy. When you start telling your family and friends and stuff, I'm going to start a fingerprinting business, they're going to think you crazy, and let them think that. But, if you will, when you get these courses, if you sit down and you grind them out for a minute and apply what we tell you to do, there's no reason why you shouldn't be successful. None whatsoever. So in the basic business course, I help you. I show you how to set up your LLC. We do it all. How to pick a name. What name should you pick? And then we go a lot into branding. Every time y'all see us, we're sitting behind these backgrounds. We're sitting in front of these backgrounds. You know our name. We say our name every time. We go in depth on branding, because I have people to this day that say, I remember you. I remember the company. I remember the company name. I remember your company logo, because we're consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? And this is, and a lot of what's in the basic business builder course, say that fast 3 times. But anyway, what in there can apply to any business. It doesn't necessarily just have to be about fingerprinting. It is about fingerprinting, but it can apply to any business that you want to do. So we have that course, and then marketing that makes money.
That's what
I
I'm
had
talking about. That's what I want to hear about.
with one of the videos, so I'm redoing that. But that one will be out the first week of October. And when I tell you, I'm going over some ways you didn't even think you can make money with marketing for your fingerprinting business, because you'd be surprised how simple it can be to make the money, and we just want to show you how we make money every day, how you can make money, how you can be successful. Because remember, the ultimate goal that we have is to build a network, because we want you all in a network. We want to network with other fingerprinting businesses. We've already got partners all over the country, but we're just trying to expand. We're trying to expand and let you know that there's, you don't have to necessarily be the person doing the fingerprints to make money in the fingerprinting. And when we build a big enough network where we start taking on, because me and Brandon had a conversation the other day for over an hour about taking on the big boys. Because you know what? Because we give better customer service. We give them a better experience anyway. So we want everyone to be successful so that we can get this network big, so that we can take on the big boys and get state contracts and ultimately national contracts. We want to become channelers. It's just a lot. We're looking way down the road. But we want to bring y'all along. We doing whatever we can to help you. And the courses I do too, they're going to be updated. I'm going to add stuff to them as I come across things, on a daily basis. Because the good thing about that, we've talked about before, Brandon and I do this every day. We don't just teach theory. It's just like going to, I'm going to go there. It's like going to college. You know how you go to college and I don't know about y'all, but see, I was a business major. And you got these professors who ain't never done nothing, ain't never had a business, ain't never done nothing. So how can they really tell you? You know what I'm saying? And especially on a day-to-day basis. But I digress. But so, we're going to be adding to our courses. We're also in October. We are starting back up with our coaching calls. So many of y'all have reached out. And where y'all when we're going to do the coaching call, we're going to do the coaching calls. Right now, we're shooting for October the 10th. Don't hold me to that date because we got some things going on. We got, different moving parts going on, but we should be but we'll definitely in October start off our coaching calls. Initially, they're going to be free for everybody. So, we'll be putting that on our website, the dates and times and stuff. We're going to be putting, we're going to be keeping in touch with everybody. There is a link, but there's going to be a link below where y'all can just sign up to stay in touch. If you want to know, when the courses are coming out, when the course is going to be updated, when we're starting the coaching calls, all that stuff, we welcome you to come get on our email list. There's a link below, and there's also going to be a couple of links on our website too, so we can stay in touch and everything. But we just want to let y'all know that we're finally coming out with it, and everybody can get your dollars together, get your thinking together and everything. And also on the live scan systems, we have some companies that'll do financing for you. If you cannot get a credit card or you don't have the cash or whatever to buy the system, we have places that'll do financing. So we're trying to eliminate all the obstacles for you so that y'all can be successful too, and get up and running as quickly as possible. And you'll have access to us on the coaching calls and everything. We'll be responding to folks by email because during the day we're still working. So don't think that we don't want to talk to y'all every day, all day, but them people coming in, you know what I'm saying? We put in the time and the effort, so we can get we're still doing a lot of business ourselves. So just know that you will have more access to us with the coaching calls and in the courses and everything. So again, that the links are out, the website is up, and then we'll be starting the stuff up, the calls approximately October the 10th. All right. Anything else to add, Brandon?
I just want to say thank you, Auntie. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you.
Like it's man, it's been a rocky road. This, starting this year off, or kind of ending last year, going to this year. And
Yes.
I just want to thank you. You know what I'm saying, for all your support and encouragement. And going through this walk with me. And sometimes you were like, man, what in the world is going on, and why are we experiencing this, or why am I experiencing this? And you was always there. You know what I'm saying, like a good auntie. And I
Yes.
appreciate you for that, for real. And I look forward to what we built here together, and the empire that is going to be once it's said and done. And I'm ready for everybody to come on with us. So
That's
that's
right.
what
Come
I.
on and run with us, because we running. Our 24 gonna be awesome. 24 is gonna be awesome, because I know just from what's going on in my state. We follow a lot of different states. We try to keep up on the biometrics news and everything that's going on. But I can tell you, my state provider closed their biggest office that was right down the street from me. I told y'all in previous video, I ain't scared of nobody. I ain't scared. And I was on the same street as them. They closed that office. Didn't tell nobody. They took the sign down, everything. My son said, darn, they didn't even vacuum or nothing. It's dust in there. They left dirt all over the floor and everything. Yeah, we went and looked in the window, did. So, like I told y'all, don't be scared. You ain't got to be scared of these folks, because they don't do good customer service and everything. So I was like, okay, bravo, because that's just more business for me. That's more business for us. That's more business for everybody in the area with them shutting down. So don't think just because you can't transmit to your state, that don't mean nothing. Because now all of these people, there's only one location left in Nashville, period. And I'm waiting on them to close that one down, because as soon as that one closes, and you can't get an appointment right now for 4 weeks. Okay. So, I already know how to show them how to get, oh, baby, I can do cards for you. And you can send it in. So do you see how it is ever increasing, is ever changing. Don't be scared and come on, because we ready to run, and we'll run with you. We'll help you. So again, we are Secure Biometrics on that Brandon tip. And that's Brandon Edwards and Rhonda Howse. And we are up live and ready to roll. And again, we'll be having some more videos coming out this week, and be looking to get on those calls starting approximately October the 10th. As always, thank you and have a blessed day.